One thing I try to capture in my poetry is the stark contrast that life gives you. You know, no matter how we go about things, no matter what we do, you can always have a perception of that. And what I mean by that, you can always have a different perspective than someone else's. And one thing that I want to make sure that people understand is that it's okay to have different perspectives about the same thing, but it's the communication part that allows us to get along, that allows us to live with one another, and allows us to appreciate each other's differences.
I was a dork. I was named a nerd and a dork, and some people even called me a witch because I wore black all the time.
I was 7 years old, and I was living in the projects in Aden, North Carolina, and I was reading my mother's poetry.
I was really an outcast. I was very smart. I fought a lot, but I was very smart, and I had a lot of anger in me.
And I looked at her and I said, "Ma," I said, "how do you write what you feel and make it rhyme?"
I'm a military brat, so when I got here, I was 6 years old with hair down to here and with a German accent. So I was a prime target.
I always admired her poetry. And she looked at me and she said, "You know, you just do it. You just write what you feel, and you just do it." At one time, I was sleeping, but I was awakened by this man when he said, "Buffalo soldier, dreadlock Rasta, stolen from Africa, brought to America." At first, I was confused until I took a look into the Willie Lynch book and realized that one time we were used. But from his book, I began to see the same thing that used to strangle the black man then trickled down to me. And I began to look around and see there were so many others affected by this tragedy than just me. Now remember, this buffalo soldier was taken from this land we call mother, which means we're sisters and brothers, but yet we kill each other. Just what Lynch said we would do, break down as a black man and force our women not to trust you. Hold on. Looks like some of y'all are still sleeping. Buffalo soldier, dreadlock Rasta, stolen from Africa, brought to America. My people, it's time to wake up. So my poem, you know, following after the late, great, awesome Bob Marley, when he spoke and said, "Buffalo soldier, dreadlock Rasta, stolen from Africa, brought to America." You know, although a lot of people like to say that this is my country, this is my country, this is my country, this is my land, true enough, we're here and this is our land, but at the same time, don't forget where you come from.